So today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite things, a felt flower. Very beautiful item here. This can be used for a variety of things. You can use it to decorate things like handbags. Got a nice handbag here to show you. As embellishment, you can use it for jeans, just like a little added piece of beauty. You can use it for clothing if you want to just add something to give it a little oomph. And you can use it also for books or any craft that you're thinking of. Look how gorgeous that is. So I'm going to show you how to make one. It's very simple. All you're going to need is a piece of felt. We got a piece of felt here. You can get this at any local fabric store or craft store. These are about 35 cents each. And you're going to need a needle and thread. If you're not handy with a needle and thread, then I would use glue gun, and I'll tell you how to do that as well. You'll need a spool of thread. Make sure you have a spool because this is to help you cut out a template. All right, and a pair of scissors. That's it. So the first thing you're going to do is take a piece of, I would say like cardstock paper, so you'll also need that. And I would begin by drawing your flower, okay? So you take a piece of cardstock, you're going to take the spool of thread, and you're going to make 4 circles that overlap, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you make them that overlap, you're going to draw that on. You'll have this little design, and then you just cut that out. And this is what you're going to use to make your petals. So you're going to take the template, and you're going to pin it onto the felt, and you're going to cut out 7 of these, okay? Make sure you cut out 7. And here I have some already cut out. All right, so I've got 7 here, and that's made out of the felt. And then you're also going to need 1 small circle, and I've got that cut out as well. And the circle only needs to be about 1.5 inches to 2 inches in diameter, but it doesn't really matter about the size too much because this is what you're going to be sewing the petals onto, and you really won't see this item. All right, so let's get started. We're going to take our circle, and we're going to take one of our felt petals. All right, so what you want to do is you want to take it and you want to fold it, okay, in half, and then you want to fold it in half again so it turns into a triangle, okay? And then we just want to snip that triangle off, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, snipping the triangle. And then it should look like this, okay? Then you're going to take your circle and you're going to put it right on the edge of the circle. So you got your circle, put it right on the edge, overlapping, okay? And it's just overlapping there. I don't know if you can see that. You're going to take your threaded needle. Doesn't really matter what color it is as long as it's not too dark. And then you're going to begin to sew right on the edge of that. I don't know if you can see that there. Let me just show you here. You're going to sew, oops, where's my camera? You're going to sew it right to the circle there. You see that? And you just want to whip stitch it. If you know how to sew, this is very simple. You just whip stitch that corner onto the cut corner onto the circle. Okay, so I've got it whip stitched. You'll probably only need about 4 stitches. Doesn't have to be perfect because felt is very forgiving. Okay, now once you've got that done, you can move on to the next one. And you're going to just take your petals and you're going to move around into a circle, and you're going to sew 5 around the circle. If for some reason you can't sew, which, you know, some of us cannot, and you don't really feel like it, you do the same thing. Cut it. You section it into 4s until it's a triangle. You cut off the tip, and then you just want to take a piece of a little bit of the wet hot glue and put it right on the edge there, just right on that edge, and then you just place it on the edge of the circle. That's all you'll need to do. But since I like to sew, I'm going to go on to the next one. And you should be able to just make a length of thread about 2 feet, and that should take care of your entire flower. So once you've whipped 5 around in a circle, all you need to do is come to the center of the circle and add the last 2 more on there. Okay? It's a very, very easy task to do. It doesn't take much time, and I would say you could complete this in about 8 minutes. A little bit longer than our video allows, but it's a very short and easy process. Once again, so right here now, I've already just about finished 3 petals in the time that I am making this video. All right, I'm just about finished 3. So this is my 3rd one that I'm working on here. All right, and I'm just going around in a circle. For me, it's very nice to do it when I am watching television or just hanging out talking with family members, and I can accomplish maybe 4 or 5 of these in a short period of time. So this is what your finished flower is going to look like. Very pretty. All right. It's going to look like that. And as you can see, there's the circle on the back. And what we did is we just sewed the petals around in a circle like so, and then we did 2 in the center. Here are the center 2 right there. See those? And that's it. All right. And then what you do is you want to just apply them onto whatever piece of material that you want to put it on, whether it be fabric or otherwise. What I did was I just basically sewed this onto the stretchy part of this book here. And then I added a little embellishment. You can buy some of these little rhinestones if you want to add those to the petals, and that adds a little bit of glimmer onto the piece. So I hope you like that as a nice little DIY. It's not Martha Stewart, but it definitely gets close, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you.